Giovanni Quenda is on his way to Chelsea then. Fabrizio Romano dropping that bombshell. Chelsea coming in with a real swerve ball there in preparation for the transfer window. Kind of shows me exactly how tough this window is going to be for everybody. And teams doing special deals. We'll go into the details on Quenda and what has happened with Chelsea. Why he has agreed to join Maresca at Chelsea. Not this year, next year. So that is how clever Chelsea have been with this deal in gazumping Manchester United. Obviously, he was a top target and a blow for RUBEN Amorim, but have United already lined up the next down, or is he even better? According to the stats, the next player on that right-hand side that United are looking at is even better than Quenda, so we'll talk about that as well. Tyler Dibbling completely fed up and has accepted he is moving away from Southampton. Is this Quenda deal a sign of what Manchester United are going to have to do to get these deals done in this transfer window coming this summer? Of course, we're going to talk about all of the action from last night in Manchester United's probably their best performance of the season in Europe, and probably the best night in Europe this season as well for Manchester United so far. It was a great night at Old Trafford. You've seen my match reaction to it. We're going to get your thoughts on that as well towards the back end of this show this morning. Jam-packed with loads of stuff. What Ruben was saying, what Bruno Fernandes was saying. What a legend of a club, a legend of this club Bruno Fernandes actually is. I mean, you cannot deny that man has literally pulled United over the line. He really has this season. Brilliant performance from him last night. And some real stand-up performances. I want to move Quenda and that conversation into what we saw last night. And this isn't a doom and gloom show by any means. Like, Manchester United have missed out on what is clearly a talent that RUBEN Amorim wanted. We were told by the Portuguese media, we were told by many media outlets that this deal was done. Remember the talks? I think it was around about a month and a half ago, maybe even in January as well, where this was done. Deal agreed, fee agreed. He wants to join back up with RUBEN Amorim. This was all set. No, it's not, because Quenda is staying at Sporting. He isn't joining Chelsea until 2026. So, Romano, who broke the news, and this is the news that is coming out fresh this morning, early this morning in fact, took everyone by surprise. I'm waking up and I'm seeing pictures of Giovanni Quenda in a Chelsea shirt. Here we go, Fabrizio Romano. I'm like, has someone just taken Fabrizio Romano's account here and done like a spoof tweet or something like that and put this news out there? But no, again, Chelsea with their elaborate deals in what they're doing in the transfer window and finding loopholes to find ways to bring players in. It's absolutely crazy, but they've done it and they've got this deal signed up. Man, it's like you would say right now, you're looking at this and going, well, why would you not want Quenda in next season? He's 17 and this is the deal. Breaking. Chelsea agree deal with Portuguese top talent Giovanni Quenda. Here we go. Medical done for Quenda after secret blitz. He will join Chelsea in 2026. Club-to-club agreement completed with Sporting, and Quenda said to say yes to Chelsea's project under Enzo Maresca. What the hell? Medical done. It's March. How can a medical be done? I don't understand it. This is some secret deal that has gone on behind the scenes which nobody knew about. And do you know what? I'm a United fan. I'm a bit gutted that we can't get the best talent in. I'm realistic to the situation we're in. But I've got to give some credit to Chelsea for managing to get this deal over the line. Like, wow. How can you agree a deal, get a medical done, and have this all wrapped up when everybody's still fighting for places in the Premier League and Sporting in their division? Obviously, Chelsea are in the Conference League. And this is all already finalised and done. A deal for the future, you could say, for Chelsea. And United miss out. I want to get your thoughts in the comments section. Are you a bit gutted that we've lost out on Quenda? Or are you looking at this now as saying, right, okay, this is what it's going to be like? Is this the reality check and the realisation that Manchester United are going to be looking at going into this transfer window this summer? I've said this all along, where teams will always be negotiating now in season. Forget about when that window opens. Transfer deals don't just happen like that. They are negotiated in, and deals are done behind the scenes while the football is being played. This is usually what happens. It takes 3 or 4 months to get a deal done. I don't know how long this has been going on, how Chelsea have kept this quiet. I do not know. They haven't even been mentioned in the equation for this. It's been Liverpool, it's been United. I think Real Madrid have been mentioned on the odd time as well with Quenda. And now all of a sudden, Romano's got a picture of him in a Chelsea shirt. Here we go, medical done. And I'm thinking, how the hell have Chelsea fast forwarded 2 months and gone to the end of this season and got this deal wrapped up? But I mean, credit to him. They're not going to see him next season. He's going to stay at Sporting for another year, which I think is probably how this deal has got done. United wouldn't be able to wait. United cannot wait another season. We need someone in next season for Ruben Amorim. So fair dues. Like, Chelsea are willing to wait. United are not. That's why Quenda and Sporting and Chelsea have managed to get this deal wrapped up and signed, sealed and delivered so quickly, I think, because it suits both teams. It suits both parties. There will be a fee that's been agreed. It's probably a cheaper fee, but it's clever transfer business. And United weren't prepared to do it. Look, everyone's situations are different in a transfer window, and I look at Manchester United, and where I am gutted, I'm going, we couldn't compete with that. We have to be real. We can't compete with that. We need someone now. And where this could have been done by United as well for the future, we still would have been spending a large chunk of our transfer funds this summer to get this deal done with Sporting now and still not have the player. We cannot afford to miss a season with the money that we've got. Chelsea have got finances. Chelsea have got a lot more money to spend than Manchester United with PSR, and they have been able to get this deal wrapped up. They're planning ahead. They're planning for the future. And like I said then, it's very savvy of Chelsea, and they have stolen the march, I think, on a few teams there in getting this deal over the line. And I'm just a bit gutted that we aren't forward thinking like this. Oh no, not so much we're not forward thinking. I think we probably could be in this position, but the situation that we have got is so desperate right now for players, and the need for players to come in now, that we cannot do deals like this yet. And this is just a sign of how far Manchester United have fallen behind in transfers and in our club, and what other clubs are doing, how far advanced they are. It's like Chelsea and Manchester City advanced with their PSR loopholes, how they're doing it. Arsenal are catching up with that. United tried it a little bit with the homegrown talent that we sold in the summer, which helped fund the PSR transfers anyway of the summer. But deals like this and what City are doing through competing at high levels, selling academy players that haven't even kicked a ball for massive amounts of profit. This is how far we are behind, and it's all right us getting this structure in place now, and we are still going to get good deals, but still, it just is a little reminder, right? Okay, everything has been exciting. It's been a very positive week, but nobody's staying still. Nobody's standing still in this Premier League. And next season is going to be even more difficult for Manchester United if we get recruitment wrong and we have another poor summer window. And it just puts it all in perspective, really, doesn't it? About how poorly Manchester United has been run and why we aren't in a position to do things like this. We cannot compete with that. We cannot afford to spend what Chelsea are probably spending and allow this player to stay at that club for another season. And that's the luxury that they have got right now, because they have stayed at the top and have stayed competing and have balanced their books in a way. Yeah, you could say that there is some form of, let's just say, underhand tactics with Roman Abramovich back in the day, and what Chelsea have done in stealing a march to get back to where they are. That's all been done. It's been put aside, and Chelsea are running now like a proper football club. So really, that's what we're up against, and we are far behind it. We really are. So, yeah, well, we have been above board. We haven't really cheated anything out. We've stayed within the rules and everything like that. I'm innocent until proven guilty. And I'm not convicting anybody yet in terms of the other teams that I'm using as an example here into how they've stolen the march on Manchester United and are ahead. But still, we have stood still. And this is an example of how Manchester United are going to struggle to compete. Now, there is a caveat to this, and obviously we brought news the other day, and I was talking about a player called Roger Fernandez, African right wing-back who is playing at Braga. Funnily enough, another former club of Ruben Amorim. He is 19. So when you look at the numbers, you look at the amount of games. They played the exact amount of games, Quenda and Fernandez. And this was another player United have been looking at as a cheaper option to Quenda. It looks like we may be going fully down that road now. He has got 10 goal involvements this season, exactly the same as what Quenda has got, except Quenda has got 8 assists and Fernandez has got 5 assists, 5 goals. Quenda's only got 2 goals this season. So, eye for goal, competing in Europa League, young, 19 again, another teenager coming into Manchester United. Obviously, he's still a little bit older than Quenda, but he is a freak of nature, really, when it comes to being able to play at the top level at such a young age. But still, this is a player that Ruben Amorim knows very, very well and feels fits into what his system is needing right now. And where I look at Quenda going, one door closes, another door opens, and yes, you will automatically go down. This is not first choice players again. We didn't get Mendes, we got Dorgu. We didn't get Quenda, we got Fernandez or somebody else that's going to come in this window. But still, we cannot compete at the top level. This is what I've always been saying, and what I want to just put in before I come to the comment section is that United have to accept where they are. We have to play a certain way to see our way through the rest of this season, then readdress everything and see what we can do in the summer. We're going to have to find cheaper signings. We're going to have to be very, very clever and astute with the recruitment and buy players that nobody knows about or nobody thinks will be good enough for Manchester United. We have to be absolutely on the money with it. And I think this is what we need to look at right now. We are not in the position we once was. We are struggling. And if it is and does mean that we miss out on a player like Quenda, like Gyökeres, like Osimhen, because we haven't got them finances, we cannot spend above our means anymore. Giving Ruben Amorim the best tools is finding the right players that still fit his system. Maybe not the best, but we're not going to go and challenge for top 4 next season, realistically, are we? We just need to move back up into that top half of the table, maybe go win a cup. Then challenge for top 4 possibly the season after. Look, we could be challenging for top 4 next season. But really what we need to be doing is just gradually moving forward now, bit by bit. Let's stop acting like a team that's challenging for trophies, because that's what we was. And we have completely blown that up. We cannot be that team anymore, expect to be that team anymore. I've said this so many times about myself and my own expectations of these players. They're not willing to learn under Ruben Amorim. They're not getting what he wants. We are getting better, and we're seeing some mentality changes right now, which is really good. It's taken longer than what we thought. Well, let's not kid ourselves. We've got Newcastle away, we've got Forest away, we've got City coming up as well. We've got to play Aston Villa, we've got to play Chelsea, we've got to play Bournemouth away. We have got some really, really difficult games to navigate coming up into the last 2 months of this season, and nobody feels like Manchester United are really in a position to challenge in them. So let's not kid ourselves. We are getting better, but the opposition, when we play a better team, sometimes yes, it helps us. But last night was the first sign of this team showing a little bit of mental strength again and going out and taking a game to a team 1-1 at half time and then going for it. So we are seeing improvements. I'll talk about the game obviously in a minute, but I'm coming to the comment section now. That is mainly the headlines there. Quickly on Tyler Dibbling as well. He has accepted that he is leaving Southampton. Is the Quenda deal something that shows Manchester United that they're going to have to move quickly? Because everybody is going to be after Dibbling. We know this. He's a brilliant player. He's going to have his pick of all the Premier League teams, top half of the table. What can United do to bring someone like that in? Have we already made moves to try and bring him in? Because it's like Sporting's relationship with United is fantastic. Ruben Amorim has done that club proud. He's not taking any players in January like he promised. So any sort of relationship that we could see is working well for us right now counts for nothing. Everyone's looking after themselves. And Sporting have seen an opportunity with Chelsea there and just gone for it. Bang! There you go. That's our player. Thank you. And we're going to take Quenda, and we're going to take this deal because we get to keep him another year, and we can program around that going into the season after. It gives them more time. Chelsea can wait. Nobody is going to do anybody any favours just because of previous relationships. It's dog eat dog. You have to be fully on it. Credit to Chelsea, they got the job done. Manchester United licking the wounds a little bit, but there are other options there anyway. Let's get into the comment section and see what you're all saying on this one. Well over 1,000 in the room with us already. Thank you, everyone. Get your thoughts in. I'm going to be moving to the game a little bit later on after this section, so we will come to that. But give me your thoughts on the transfer situation right now. Is this the reality check that United needed? Like, we are not just going to go, bang, we're United, come and sign for us. It's not going to happen anymore. Even with the connection, like we said, with Sporting and Ruben and Quenda, it's still not going to work. We have to be 100% at it, and we have to be ready to go when these deals come about. And that, I feel, is where United are going to be behind these other players, because we've not got the room or opportunity to actually make deals like this. Brian Sheeny with the super chat says, absolutely devastated by Quenda, but I have faith in Amorim to find a suitable alternative and really push on next season regardless. Still gutted though. It is disappointing news, but no drama. Plenty more quality players out there to move on, says Tomo in Thailand. MA says, we didn't have the money for Quenda. Need to accept we are shopping from from Dixon's Road Market the next summer and beyond. Brett says, this is a sign of how the transfer window is going to be. We need to keep scuffing and buy smart. I mean, we said it. I don't think anybody's being unrealistic in saying, look, anybody could come in and take a player that Manchester United are reportedly targeting. We are up against the best of the best in our own league. And then you've got the likes of Barca, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid. You've got Bayern Munich, Borussia Dortmund, Bayer Leverkusen. Look, everyone's competing against Manchester United right now. We are no longer top dogs in the transfer window. But at least we have actually got a structure in place and a recruitment team that will be ready to go with anything. This will be a blow because I do believe United were going for Quenda. I do believe that this was a player that Manchester United were fully invested in and wanted in, and Ruben wanted in. And it's another little slap in the face, but it's a good reality check. And it's like, right, we have got plans, but even if them plans are scuppered, we're going to have to go to another level and try and get these deals done. Wayne, thanks for renewing that membership, mate. 1 more year out from gold, 12-month membership. Thank you. Another player off to sit on Chelsea's bench. Let them sort their ship out. This one has sailed off, so Chelsea, you go and deal with them choppy waters. That's how they're dealing with it. They've got a year to organise their squad, haven't they? So I still feel like I'm saving judgment. I think it's a good deal for Chelsea to come in and take a target that looked destined for Manchester United and other clubs, and they just come in and gone, we'll do this. And that, I think, is where Manchester United, other clubs are just falling behind the likes of Chelsea. They are ahead when it comes to being crafty with what they do in the transfer market, Chelsea. And I think this is where United can learn. And this will be a learning curve for the likes of Vival, Elmar Barada, Jason Wilcox. While being at Manchester United and having that power of that name, it means nothing. It means nothing in a transfer window when everybody is out for the same targets. Ruben Amorim knows how to get good players. He will find another one. The team played very well yesterday. We're just getting started. I like the positive vibe right now. Adam, I was looking for you outside Old Trafford before the Arsenal game, but I didn't see you. Maybe because there was so many fans around. It probably was, mate. It probably was, Ricardo. It was packed with all of the protests. And yeah. I mean, we basically, right now, are a fan base which is as one, I feel, in a way, in what we want. And I think that showed at weekend as well in that. And it does, and it did feel last night. And I just wanted to bring that in there. Well, Ricardo mentioned the fans there. The atmosphere last night. Whoa. Yes, indeed. Absolutely brilliant atmosphere last night for United. We don't want any more mercenary players, so if he wants more money to be fourth string at Chelsea, then he can go there. Good that we are here now, because there is enough time to find a replacement. I think United have got 5 right wing backs lined up, personally. I really do. I think we're already ahead of this. I think the recruitment team is working overdrive. I'm actually really confident in the likes of Vival, Wilcox, Baradov, and everybody else involved in United's structure, that they will go out and get the right player for Ruben Amorim. I'm quietly confident that this isn't going to be that much of a drama. It is a blow. Let's not kid ourselves. Let's accept it. Let's move past it. And like, great comment there that that's come out and said, at least it's happened now, and we can move forward. It's no drama like the last few days of a transfer window. It's a good move from Chelsea, and they've got their man. But like the comment also says there, look at what's happened to the likes of oh God, there's so many players that have gone to Chelsea and just sat in the reserves and sat on the bench for forever and a day. I mean, you only have to look at Lavia. Obviously, he got an injury again, but you're looking at him. You're looking at João Felix. You're looking at all these players that Chelsea brought in that they cannot find room for, and I just sat there doing nothing. So maybe he'll realise he's made a mistake. We'll see. Chelsea will kill his career. Let's hope so. But again, blame the owners. It's a joke. For this transfer, you can look deep into the ownership model as being the issue, because we're not ready, like I said, to make a deal like this happen. And that's what we're up against. We're up against everybody else scrambling around, but having the chance and the time to scramble around because their ship is in order. United's is not. We're starting from scratch this summer in a completely different way in the transfer window. So we are learning, and we're going to have to learn fast. And it looks like going off this deal, we are going to have to move very fast as well. Bragas Fernandez, everybody. And what we're saying, are you up with that? Are you happy that that is the type of player? Do you rate him? Do you know much about him? Again, the fact that Manchester United are actually looking at someone like this already, is a player that not many people knew about, is a good thing, I feel. Just to go over the actual Quenda deal, just for the details of it, David Ornstein has broke this news now as to what is involved with Chelsea. Chelsea have reached an agreement with Sporting Lisbon to sign Giovanni Quenda. The winger will stay at Sporting next season and will join Chelsea in 2026. The medical is done. 7+ 1 year deal in place. For fee between 45 and 50 million euros. Not far off what Manchester United aim to pay, says Ornstein. So it's going to be approximately 40+ million quid. 8-year deal. Like, what the actual F-bomb? Seriously. Chelsea's contracts, and I don't know, they might work down the line and in the future, but these contracts are getting worse and worse, are they not? Was it not just in January that we've seen the 10-year deal for Haaland? Wow, that is a massive commitment. Don't get me wrong, he's a good player, but 8 years. Jesus, wowzer. Absolutely wowzer. But that is the detail. United, we're not going to come near that. I don't think United were going to bid anywhere near over 40 million for him. I don't think that was the deal. Chelsea look like they're going to probably be bidding around about 43, 45 million. I don't think United would have gone that high. I don't think United would have let him go back to Sporting for another season. And I don't think United would have given him an 8-year deal on probably some decent wages either. So, all in all, United have just been completely gazumped by a crazy, ludicrous bid. And you know what? Sometimes you hold your hands up and just say, I'm walking away. Simple as. We like the player, and he is a future player. But at this moment in time for us, we cannot compete. Walk away. We'll go to another deal. Thank you. I'm sure Sporting went to Manchester United and said, look, this deal's on the table. What can you do? And United will have looked at that. And the deal breaker in that would be that season, staying at Sporting next year. United need a player now. And that was never going to fly with United. So even if they came back to United and said, let's go for it, what do you want to do? I don't think they would have come back with anything better. I really don't. Got a couple of super chats I want to get into. Well, let's get into that. Is there any other player on the right-hand side that you would go for, by the way, chat? Please talk to me, everybody. Greg with the first one, who says, if we weren't paying for players like we used to, this kind of competition for players will become common, I think. It's probably a good sign, really. I like that comment. I'm agreeing with Greg on that, because I think this is Manchester United now not being dragged into a battle. And the battle that we cannot win anymore. Like beforehand, we'd just go toe-to-toe. We'd stand in the middle of the ring with anybody in the transfer market and exchange blows and see who went down first. And we knew, ultimately, most of the time, we would win that battle. But now it's not like that for United. We cannot compete in the market with the likes of Chelsea, Manchester City, Liverpool, Arsenal now to a certain degree as well, Aston Villa, Newcastle. All of these clubs now are probably ahead of Manchester United when it comes to negotiations and what they can afford, just because of the fall-off in Manchester United and where we're actually at right now and how far down and behind we are in the league. Like, they are able to offer Champions League football in the future. They're able to offer an 8-year deal and to stay at his parent club right now for another season. We can't get near that. And that's what we're looking at right now. Fair dues, Chelsea. We walk away. Ronnie says with another super chat, thank you, Ronnie. 38 million for a 17-year-old is a bit mad for me. He has proven for the last couple of seasons, though. That's the thing, Ronnie. When you're playing and you're competing at the level he is, which is high and in the Champions League, it's probably an investment because of his age, and that's the difference. When you're competing and playing at the highest level, people will always pay more money, mate. And as crazy as it sounds for a 17-year-old, that's the sort of thing that you're looking at. You're looking at players that are young enough, that have got a future, that have got sell-on factor, longevity in their game, and you are also looking at a player there that you see already competing at the highest level and is only going to get better and develop. And if you've got time to leave him at his parent club for another season, then you must be confident. You must be confident. Sternlove says, Frimpong, would you go for him? I would. I'd like Frimpong. Good player. Everyone yesterday played like top players. That's how we want to see them play, says Dan. Yeah, we'll get on to the game in a moment, actually. Quickly, just on the transfer news and everything, just rounding things up. I hope United promote Jayden Camasson and Amorim takes him on the tour in the summer, as he's a special player. Gary, he is. I would love to see Camasson come through and take to that role. I would love to see Manchester United not have to buy a right back and bring another academy player through. I love Camasson. I think he is a proper quality player, and he could step up. Again, what you're looking at in terms of the European market right now and quality of players, you've got 17 and 18-year-olds actually now cemented and first-team regulars in these big clubs. And that's what you're up against. It's like, this is where United's academy, where it is good, we're not getting these players out there into proper football. We're not loaning them out in time, I don't think. And I think that's what we're up against right now. And the reality is, people are going to start paying 40, 50 million for 17-year-olds right now because they're developing quicker. I think United have got the best crop of young players in our academy right now that we've had in years. And I would love it if we didn't have to buy somebody in. But we will. We will need someone to come in and step up straight away, and that's why Quenda was never going to happen. A shame that Ruben Amorim didn't get his sporting player, says Babs. Yep, very true, Babs, but we are still in the hunt for somebody else. I think that's what we can say. Stop hyping the young players. He's good, but he's not healthy for anyone. But he's not healthy for anyone. Look, the hype is going to come with him, Jordan, no matter what you want to do, but it's always going to be around. This is modern football. This is what it is. As soon as they start playing in the first team, that's it. Bang, they're off. They're gone. That's what you're looking at now. It's like, for instance, Roger Fernandez from Braga. I think United now will be looking at him or another player, and they're going to get the same sort of hype. Like, when you look at, let me just bring up Roger Fernandez's contract, just so we know where we're at with this one, so we can try and work out what this deal is actually going to bring. So, Roger Fernandez, he's contracted in until 2028, so it's not one of them deals. But with Braga not really competing in anything or any form, I don't think they can turn down any sort of deal. And he is one of the most versatile players in the league. He's played left back, left midfield, left wing, right midfield. He's versatile. He's another Dorgu. He can play either side. Majority of his games are down the right, but he has featured on the left as well when needed. But he is predominantly right-hand-sided. So you're probably looking at there, his market value is about 15 million euros. Whether or not Manchester United can get that deal done. Obviously, when you're dealing with Braga, no disrespect, you'd expect to go in there and them not to really kick up too much of a stink. I think a very, very similar scenario to what we had with Dorgu and Lecce. Again, all respect to them clubs. But when United come knocking for these players, I think it's impossible for them to actually turn any deal down. So I think we're in a comfortable position still, no drama, but go out there and get the target. And the recruitment, I think I'm still confident in it. I'm still thinking we can get things done. United so far behind the curve in recruitment. Brighton have about 70 million worth of signings out on loan for experience. See, that's the thing. It's a good point from Chris there as well. Get these young lads out and let's see what they're made of. Let's see what they're made of. Mr. Dacia Sandero says, hi Adam, yes, Bruno was good last night and was clinical in those key moments and we would be lost without him. But for me, Xerxes was man of the match, awesome, and we made chances. A happy moment. Happy moment. It was in United last night. I don't take a lot from yesterday. Versus a poor side, with 10 men. It still took 2 penalties for us to get a goal, and we still miss chances galore until we win 3 or 4 in a row in the Prem. I won't believe. That's fine. Robo Kitchens. Anyone notice Highland showing Dorgu how to step? how to step and assist. That was funny. Well, yeah, when you're finishing like he is, it definitely is funny. But yeah, all in all, in terms of the transfers, gutted about Quenda. Yeah, I thought he would have been a great player, and Ruben knows what he's all about. So that for me was the only downside to it. It was a ready-made fit to come in and help Ruben play the way he wants to play. By the way, everybody, we're well over 200 likes already, and I've not even asked. So credit to you. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for the support on the channel as always. Please do give the video a like. Let's get that up. See if we can get maybe 400 on the live show today. That would be great. Make sure you have subscribed as well to Forever United TV. We cover the match days. We cover all of the news. We cover everything going on in and around Manchester United, on the road, from the studio, everywhere. And it looks like it's going to be a pretty exciting last couple of months of the season. United obviously going through last night, getting the win against getting the win against Real Sociedad, and into play Lyon in the quarterfinals. I'm confident we can get the job done. When you look at that last 8, there are teams in there that we know we can beat, but we also know can beat us, i.e. Spurs have beaten us 3 times this season. Our record against the likes of Bilbao is not good. I think they're the worrying team. I think Athletic Bilbao are the team that will beat United, if anything. And we stand to meet them in the semi-final. 2-legged affair. They're a very, very good team, competing for the Champions League places in La Liga this season as well. So, yeah, they won't be any pushovers. And they beat Roma last night. So, Roma was seen as one of the teams that would be challenging for the Europa League. It's a tough old draw. It really is. I fear that this means Sancho is coming back to us. I don't think so, Block, because Sancho, I think that deal will get done, but Quenda isn't going to Chelsea yet. It's going to be another season before he goes in. So I think they're just making room for it to come in. Rumours are going around that United are going to sign the Fenerbahce centre-back for 10 million. The rumours are everywhere right now. We're in now to the last knockings of the season. We're into the international break, in fact. The last international break of the season now. So it's business end. There is the Carabao Cup final this weekend. United obviously play Leicester, as we know. We'll have that covered here on Forever United TV for you all. But going into the season, and this stage of the season, right now, you're going to get these transfers start to fly around. Teams are going to start getting themselves set for next season already. And we are fully on into the business end now. So when you look at the games that we've got coming up, at least we've got a little bit of something to play for. And last night, Manchester United, they turned up. Shocking start. Honestly, what it is with Manchester United and these starts these days, I do not know. But like Sociedad, the only way they can score past us is by scoring a penalty. Like the last 4 games, they've scored 3 goals against us, and they've all been penalties. They are such a dull, boring side. Honestly, they really are. They're not a good team. And they have been gifted some penalties by the referees in these games. Yes, granted, we had 2 of our own. But wow, Bruno Fernandes last night. What an absolute legend. What a guy. Bruno Fernandes, I was stood there while he actually was saying these quotes. I sat with the club because I had an offer to leave. We talked about the possibility of me leaving the club or staying. I mean, look, Bruno Fernandes did have other offers on the table. He could have left Manchester United. So he sat down with the club and agreed a new contract. He wanted to stay at United. He wants to win things at United. He wants to play at the top level. It's not nice to hear certain things, obviously, Bruno said. I don't think any player likes to hear criticism or things that are talked about, that you're not good enough or you're overpaid or whatever, in relation to what Sir Jim Ratcliffe said as well. It's up to these players to prove, like Ruben said, the ownership wrong. But let's be honest, Bruno Fernandes was praised by Sir Jim Ratcliffe as well, wasn't he? We knew Bruno is a fantastic player. 15 goals this season and 13 assists for Bruno Fernandes. 28 goal involvements in Manchester United's worst season ever is not half bad. And apparently he is a problem at this football club. And that really is putting everything into focus right now. It's like where a lot of this fan base are, I think sometimes we get carried away. Bruno was man of the match last night because he got a hat-trick. He was brilliant. He's been brilliant for us in terms of his impact in games over the last few weeks. He has carried the team in terms of goal threat. But again, last night, as good as it was, Manchester United's forwards just don't score goals. Bruno Fernandes at weekend. Bruno Fernandes again tonight. Diogo Dalot tonight. How many chances does Rasmus Højlund need to put the ball in the back of the net? He isn't good enough for Manchester United. Unfortunately, we are going to have to try and persevere with him. He just looks like a striker completely deprived of all confidence whatsoever. The fact that he got that penalty in the first half because he wanted too much time on the ball, again, similar to the Arsenal chance where Declan Rice came in behind him. Honestly, it's a worry that he looks that shot. It really does. I would be looking at Chido in some of these Premier League games coming up. I would be looking at maybe playing him for maybe 20, 30 minutes in games. If Rasmus isn't going to score, we need to have someone to scare him on the bench. And unfortunately, we are looking at a 17-year-old who really shouldn't be thrust into the limelight right now in Chido. But we are going to have to do something. We're going to have to try and push him on. And it's crazy. It's ludicrous. Do you think the Osimhen rumours are real? I don't think Ineos are paying 60 million plus 200 a week. I don't think Osimhen is coming to United. I really don't. I really wanted Rasmus to get a goal, says Daniel Luciano. I think we all did. Just for a little bit of boosting in confidence. 3 games undefeated without Harry Maguire as centre-back. Is this a serious warning? Is this a serious warning sign? Look, we're winning without Harry Maguire. We need to do this because he's not going to be at the club in 2 years. He's going to be gone. So Harry Maguire not in the side, Leacher not in the side, Yoro not in the side. Manchester United, when you look at this, an example of Quenda, an example of players coming into Manchester United. Someone made a great point last night. You've got Gerard Branthwaite, who Everton won 75 million for, and we have brought in Aidan Heaven at £1 million. And he's doing things like he was doing last night. Full 90 minutes, in complete control of his game. Rusty starts, I know. A few nervy moments for Aidan Heaven, early doors, like there was with everybody. And when you've got experience around you playing like that, then what bleeding chance have you got? But at 18, to show the maturity, strength, speed, composure and guile that he showed last night, credit to the lad. At half-time, he was my man of the match. Obviously, everything changed in the second half, and Bruno went on to a level. But you're looking at that there. Let's just look at what we said at the start with Quenda. We didn't get that deal done. What a shame. But look at the performance of Dorgu and Heaven last night. 26 million, by the way, for them 2 players. And that's the next 10 years of Manchester United and some in the bag if they continue to progress under Ruben Amorim. That is the recruitment right there in overdrive. And you've got the likes of to come through? You've got Leon to come in. You've got Kone to come through. You've got Chido to come through as well. All players recruited by Manchester United under the structure that's in place now. Christopher Vivel, Wilcox, Parado. This is what we're going to be looking at. This is the deals that Manchester United are now looking forward to. 75 million for Branthwaite? Sod that. I'll take my 1 million Aidan Heaven all day long. That man last night, I just said it then, composure, speed, strength, understanding, positioning, everything you need for a left centre-back in a Ruben Amorim system, bringing the ball forward from the back. He was absolutely outstanding last night. And then you look across at the £25 million signing on the other side next to him, in Patrick Dorgu, and you're looking at, all right, there is actual proof right there that you don't need to go out and spend fortunes on players. If you get the recruitment right, you get the scouting right, and you make sure that them players are fit for purpose, you don't need to go and spend a fortune. Who'd have thought last night that we would have that player there, our best centre-back in the game, pretty much, last night, £1 million. Just let that sink in. £1 million, 18-year-old, future signing, future player for Manchester United. That there is what I'm looking at more than anything from last night. Absolutely brilliant. And then you've got, like I just said, the quality 20-year-old dog who we brought in for peanuts as well, when you consider where he's playing and the experience that he's already got from Serie A. A great transfer again. Bring more of that. That's what I want to see. I want to see that type of recruitment coming into Manchester United. Then we'll see a balancing of the books. And then we'll actually have value in our squad. We did a video the other day going through every single Manchester United first team player and what we would have to sell them players for when you put the prices that we paid for them alongside their contracts and what wages they're getting to balance the books and make a profit with PSR. Can you imagine doing that in another 3 or 4 years' time when you've got the likes of Heaven, Dorgu, Chidu, Kobe? You're looking at Mazraoui as well. All of these players that United got for decent money on decent contracts. You fast forward that 3 years and you let this squad develop further along the line, then you're looking at a completely different ball game for Manchester United. We're not worried about selling players because we're going to make profit no matter what, because we didn't overpay. We recruited properly, and that's put us in this position where we are now. And I'm forward thinking there a little bit, yes, saying that that's in 3 years' time, and things could obviously go wrong in that time as well. I'm not stupid, I'm not ignoring that fact, but you can't say that you haven't been impressed with United's recruitment under this new structure. It has been good. De Ligt is a monster. Mazraoui is a steal. Heaven last night, $1 million. Dorgu actually looks like he knows how to play wing-back and really changed the game last night with that red card and that movement that he made. Zirkzee was the man that played that ball into him. Oh yeah, we brought him in the summer as well. He's another one of these new signings that's getting better under RUBEN Amorim, because let's be honest, under Ten Hag he was shit, but RUBEN Amorim is now getting a tune out of Zirkzee. We can add to that in the same way, and you can see Man United moving forward. You can actually see progress. And last night we had the atmosphere up. We're into the quarter-final. We've got something to play for. And do you know what's even great? Even better? We're heading into an international break actually on a high. And that's the difference. If we went out last night, it would have been a completely downbeat, dead atmosphere and nobody looking forward to the last few weeks of the season. So, few months of the season. It would have been horrible. But we're in it. Next round, 10th of April, Manchester United away in Lyon, quarterfinals. We can win this. Because if we're beating Lyon, then you're into the last 4. And then you've got 3 games to win the trophy and be in the pot. Be in the glory land, which is Champions League football. And then everything financially starts to take care of itself, because now United are not going to blow money like they used to blow money. That's the position Chelsea are in right now. That's what we were talking about earlier on with Quenda. Manchester United are not in that position. They're not. Quickly, we do have a poll running right now for the last night's man of the match. Who's getting it for you? Dorgu, Zirkzee or Bruno? I do believe that we do need to give credit to Heaven. I'm really excited about that signing for Manchester United. What Arsenal are thinking at the moment with some of their academy players. Wow. Rasmus should have scored at least 1 goal yesterday. He even fluffed the shot. It's just sad now. But at least he's got an assist. That again positive. Garnacho last night again positive. Very, very effective on the right hand side, and he isn't moving now. Stuck there. That's it. Him there, I think, with a decent wing back next to him overlapping. Whoa. Because he's starting to make decisions right now, Garnacho. He's starting to switch on. Another assist for him. Brilliant ball through. All Bruno had to do was pick out the corner. Well done, Garnacho. He's done it again. In this leg, you could say that Garnacho hasn't got the headlines. But he set up the goal for Zirkzee. He didn't do much else in that game. He kept missing chances and his decision-making has been poor. And we all know that. But he got the assist for Zirkzee for the first goal in the first leg. And he got the assist for Bruno last night, which put the game to bed and let everybody just put their feet up and relax in a European tie, or any game for that matter, for probably the first time this season, where we were actually comfortable sat there in Old Trafford thinking the game is won. When do we ever get to feel that? When do we ever get to see games out like that? And as fans feel that comfortable inside Old Trafford? And clinging on to everything that is a positive from last night, and there was loads. The fact that Manuel Ugarte didn't have to come on the pitch. Fully rested. Toby Collier comes on, does Toby Collier things, fills in for Casemiro. We're now looking ahead to Leicester at weekend, and if we wanted to, we could completely freshen up our midfield. We're going to have Lenny Yoro back for weekend, apparently, what Ruben said, so we got another option at the back. Lindelof didn't play. Another fresh player there as well. All of a sudden, Ruben Amorim's rotation and handling and the way he is treating these players and keeping everybody on their toes is starting to pay off. Please just go and beat Leicester this weekend right now. That's all I'm asking. Finish this Finished March with an absolute bang. It's been a very, very good week for Manchester United, and we've got a chance to really finish it off on Sunday night. Beating Leicester would be absolutely brilliant. Right, into the comments we go. Come on, pile in, everybody. Get them in. Please keep liking the video as well, everyone. Well over 300 likes right now. Well over 1,300 in the room as well, live watching. Make sure you have subscribed so you can get involved in the live chat, people. Please. First 10 to 15 minutes, Garnacho was doing his old tricks, but he woke up and started looking for his teammates. They're learning. They're learning. That's all I'm going to say. I really am. Domingo says, morning all. Can we get 3 decent performances on the bounce? Ooh, that's asking something. Yeah, that could be. Oh, sorry, someone else talking to someone there. We will beat Leicester. It's what comes after that when we see if we are improving. Interesting how a few of our team aren't in the international squad. Obviously, no De Ligt and no Xerxes in the Dutch squad. Good for us. Players rested up. Players that are actually on form for us right now. Not in the Dutch squad. I'll take that all day long. Thank you, Ronald. We'll have plenty of fully fit players by the time we come back from that international break, which we're looking for. I would love that. We've lost out on several targets in recent years. It's unfortunate, but personally I think one thing Club and Amorim have got right is scouting and recruitment. We'll bounce back. Yeah. No drama, is it? Like, blow, Quenda's gone. But I don't feel bad, weirdly, about it. I feel like Chelsea have had to go above and beyond to get that deal done and try and beat everyone else to it. It's like, yeah, go for it. Okay. It's like taking Lavia and Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez all in one go. It's, you know, when you had Gallagher there, who is competing at the highest level for Atletico Madrid right now. Sometimes it's not always great stealing in ahead of everybody else. You have to go above and beyond, and you go past your comfort zone in terms of your actual transfer structure to make deals happen. That's what United used to do, but not anymore. And we're just sat back. We'll be calm about it. And you know what? If Roger Fernandez comes in, if anybody else comes in, like we looked at Wesley as well, obviously that's another right-sided player that's been linked with United. I would love it if we got Dibbling. If we got Dibbling in the summer, maybe go out and get Jonathan David. Do you know what? Even if United made the Champions League, and I'm only saying this now, we're in the last 8, you've got to start thinking that we can win the Europa League. If United go out and win the Europa League, it would be epic. It would set up everything. I still don't think, though, that United would go out and spend fortunes on players. I still think we'd be in for the same targets that we're looking at right now, as if we weren't in the Champions League. I think this is where United need to be. I think we'd easily go out and get someone like Jonathan David if we was in the Champions League. I think Dibbling would be a no-brainer straight away. Coming to United, 40 million. You could still go out and buy other players as well that you wanted. I think that brings in Edison into the equation as well as a number 8. But let's not forget, I think proof was in the pudding and the eating last night, in that we were looking at Gerard Branthwaite, looking at the likes of him and what Everton were going to charge us. It was very similar to what we had with Harry Maguire, and we just said, no, it's not worth it. We went and got Aiden Heaven for £1 million instead. That should be the biggest tell for all Man United fans that this club is changing. There's a lot going on behind the scenes. There's a lot that the fan base is not happy with at United right now. But let's be honest, the recruitment side of things, it's changing. It's changing a lot. And I feel it's changing for the better. I really do. I'm happy with buying these types of players in. I'm making them better players at United. That's where we're going to get money. That's where we're going to get profit. Not all of them are going to succeed, but at least we'll be in a position where we can actually make money on these players as well, instead of being stuck with the likes of Anthony. By the way, Anthony just keeps on adding value and value, doesn't he? Another goal, another assist for Real Betis last night. That 35-40 million is actually looking realistic right now for Anthony. He's looking like a player. He really is. Sell him. Money in the bank, PSR covered, and a little bit of profit on top of that. That's where United need to be right now. I think we've got an opportunity here. If we get it right, if Ruben can keep this squad fit now, from now until the end of the season, we just need one of our strikers to start scoring goals. That's the only concern I've got. We cannot keep relying on Bruno Fernandes forever and a day to bail us out with goals. I like the fact that we are spreading the goals around, but we want a striker to start scoring as well now. The pressure needs to be taken off. Dibbling will cost more than Quenda. Never happening, Adam. Disagree, Mac. I do. I think he's in and around about 40 million. I think United will go for that because he's a game changer. He really is. I think he's future-proof, Premier League proven, and I think it would be an easier deal for United to get done, especially with Southampton being relegated. I would go out now and offer Southampton that money and say, we want to buy him now. There's the deal. Your money's on the table. 40 million. Bang. They can't turn that down because he's not signed a new deal. In fact, let's have a look at... let's just bring up, while we're at it, Dibbling's contract. You've just got me intrigued there, actually. I need to know now. Okay, Tyler Dibbling. He's contracted till 2027 at Southampton. So going into the last 2 years of his deal now, he isn't going to wait around this summer. They've still got some bargaining there. Obviously, 2 years left on his deal after this season is done. But that's that sort of area and that's that sort of time in a player's contract where it's make a decision now. Because if Southampton don't bounce straight back up next season with him, then you're looking at 1 year left on his contract and you're not going to be able to get anywhere near the money you're going to be able to get for him this summer. That would half. He's a championship player and that makes a massive difference. So I think United will look at that. I still think we're going to look at Delap as well. I really do. We talked about Guimaraes as well yesterday, player from Argentina. Obviously Ramirez as well, two 19-year-old centre-backs. If they turn out to be like Aiden Heaven and the other signings that we're bringing in right now, I'm all for it. I really am. Fred says, where are the... You can't bring the youngsters brigade after that display from the boys. I like it. Let's judge Rasmus from last night until the end of the season because we have just started to make chances. I'm telling you all now, Rasmus is good enough. He is a penalty box striker. He can do it. Well, the problem you got with that, Mr. Dacia Sandero, is he's not doing it. And he isn't taking them chances. And everybody can see it. And he isn't good enough right now at all. And that's all you can say. He isn't good enough. He doesn't take the chances he gets. And in a position that we're in right now, you need someone who is going to take them chances. Bruno went clean through last night and buried it. Would Rasmus have scored? I don't think so. I don't have the confidence in him. And that's why when Garnacho's looking at both sides and both options there to play the ball through, he went with Bruno. He knows it's a guarantee. That's the difference. You need that coolness, that calmness, that composure up front for United in these positions right now. But still... Rasmus got an assist. He's getting into the areas now. Couple of chances recently that he's fluffed. Big chances. I mean, he should have had 3 goals minimum in the last 2 games he's played. Should have scored against Arsenal. Should have scored 2 last night. And he didn't. We got an assist and we can look at that as a positive. It's some goal involvement. And it was a nice little layback for Dalot. Good run from Dalot as well. Credit to him last night. But yeah, looking at everything and looking at what we're doing... and how things are moving forward, I'm just happy to be a little bit upbeat, talking a little bit more positively, and that's all we've asked for. That is. Can you get us over 400 likes, everyone? There is well over 1,300 in the room still right now watching. Please give the video a like if you haven't already. Please make sure you have subscribed to Forever United TV as well. I've got you covered with all Man United news. Everybody will tell you in the chat, but to talk to them people in the chat, you have to be subscribed. So please do like the video, subscribe as well. Let's get them up, people. Let's go. We should do what Ten Hag said. He wanted young South American players. Oh, he could have gone and got some, but he didn't. But I think that market is key. You're looking at, for instance, there, Roger Fernandez, young African player. We've already done that already in Sekou Kone. We've already brought in a young South American wing-back in Diego Leon. We're looking at the likes of Ramirez and Jimenez as well from Argentina. Let's go find them talented players. Let's be everything that everyone else has been in this league that have taken the mick out of Manchester United with, in charging us a fortune. Let's do what we've done with Branthwaite and say, no, Everton, we're not falling into that Harry Maguire trap again. We're going to go and buy Aiden Heaven and make a player better that way. What a signing he could turn out to be. Knowing that we're losing Evans and Lindelof, you've brought in Lenny Yoro, you've got Aiden Heaven there as well. De Ligt's only in his mid-20s, similar for Licha Martinez as well. we're looking quite solid. We really are. And Mazraoui can play there at the back as well, comfortably in the back three. And I think that's where he will continuously play when them wing-backs come in. So really, you've got 5 centre-backs there. Even we're losing 2 in the summer, you've probably got 5 or 6 there ready to go already next season. Don't go out of your way to spend big money on a centre-back in the summer. I get it. We want cover and we want quality. But I don't think it's our priority by any stretch. It really isn't. And I think United will be looking at other areas. Get your striker, get your wing-backs, get your keeper still. I still think we want a keeper. And then we're looking at everything else. Piece it together. But someone made a comment earlier on the show talking about how the pre-season's going to go and what Manchester United could possibly do with certain players from the academy coming through and getting a chance. I mean, James Scanlon was on the bench last night as well. Frederiksen was on the bench as well last night. Scanlon is absolutely smashing this season. Another winger there that could easily play in that 10 role. He can play central, he can play left, he can play right, he can play all over. Another player there that's deserved his spot on that bench. You've got the Fletcher brothers. You've got so much talent. We might not have to spend too much this summer. If we're bringing in 18 and 19-year-olds, 17-year-olds in the transfer market, there is a chance that giving these players the right amount of game time in pre-season, that some of them, maybe a couple of them, would be ready to sit there and do their job, like what Toby Collier is doing right now for United. We actually have got the basis there. Go out and spend the majority of your money this summer on a proper striker. Get your 10, get your wing back. Try and get your number 8 if you can with that as well. And let's go. And that's United. Finishing on a high, everyone. Thank you so much for all of your participation in the show. Mods and members, mods in particular, thank you for helping out in there. Lots of work going on, I can see in the chat there. Absolutely brilliant job. Thank you for all the donations. Wayne for renewing his membership. Lee Mack has just renewed his 14 months, actually. I'll just read your message out, mate. Thank you so much for that. Not too asked about Quenda, like you said, out youngsters. Recruitment has been mint. Cracking atmosphere last night. Me and my lad had a top time. Glad you did, Lee. It was a brilliant night. Thank you, Block. Thank you, Ronnie. Thank you, Greg. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Wayne, for renewing your membership as well. There are all the people donating this morning. Mods and members, thank you again. Get involved. Comment below. Let me know what you think about United's recruitment. Quenda, are you gutted? Or are we moving past that worrying sign right now? Have we got a decent structure in at United that makes you feel more confident that missing out on deals like this isn't as bad? Let me know. Cheers, everybody. Have a fantastic day. I'll be back with you later on again. Stay tuned. Make sure that you tune in to Football Talks as well. More special content coming your way on that channel a little bit later on today as well. The international team news has dropped as well. Big news there. I'll be over on Football Talks. Subscribe to that channel as well. That's my other channel. And I'll see you over there in a bit. Have a good and